Welcome to Let's Talk About It. You know, we got couple of technical difficulties with Triple B, but we see if he's in the building. Hi to the morning to y'all. First of all, thank everybody for tuning in this early morning. I'm out of town right now in the position to get ready to go play nationals. 35 and up, baby. Yes, sir. Kings of Florida. You already know we in the building representing. So it's going to be a long weekend for me. We also got the draft tomorrow for the kids, the We Are 2 through 9 game. If you haven't got an email, it's probably because your information wasn't correct. If you think your kid is good enough, so send us an email, please, or Sports TV, and we'll make sure we get all this stuff situated. We got a lot of people that didn't fill out the information correctly, and it's okay. We're going to work through it. You know how we do. We make it do what we do. This week, we want to make sure we shout out our sponsor. We got a new sponsor in the building, Johnson. I wish you had your gunshots busted. Hard Hat Construction. Shout out to Hard Hat Construction for believing in the We Are 239 game, along with the other sponsors, PAL, Athletic League, Taja Renee, Cosmetics. We got Pretty One Press, Platinum Image Barbershop. Thank you guys for believing in the We Are 239 brand and the Let's Talk About It brand. Coach Mike, I see right now you got on that swag, cap. Go on, shout your people out, man. Right now we paying bills and then we'll get into this hot topic.
Hey, so I want to give a shout out to Rock Training, man, to my boy Robert Cooper up in Cincinnati, Ohio, man. He doing it big up there, man. So if you get a chance, go to Facebook or Instagram and type in Rock Training, or you can type in Robert Cooper. Shout out to him, man, to my dog.
All right, everybody that's tuned in right now, do me a huge favor. It's only 6 of us, but y'all do me a favor. Make sure y'all like and share because we're going to get this thing jumping and popping. And if you got something to comment, we're going to comment. We were going to talk about, and we're going to get into it about, building the program. And we got a lot of, good intel on that. But I made a post in 2019. And then this morning I wake up. And the post was, who are, let's put out the top 100 best Southwest Florida football players. And shout out to Mike Cody. Mike Cody said 2 years later, and we still ain't came up with 100. We got 100. We got 100, man. You know how our city is, man. It's hard for people to get involved. Triple B, man. You're killing us, Triple B.
Man, I'm having technical difficulties, man. I got this raggedy. But anyways.
But you always be talking about thoughts and all that, and then I thought you got on the champion shirt, man. Champion. Come on, man. We're Layton. We need to see the Layton, champ. We can't see you, champ. Where you at, champ? Bling.
Bling, bling.
Champ. It's hard. So, top 100, man. I started off the conversation in 2019. With, you got to go prime time because, he's Dion. Just like he said, everything. He's the best one to represent the state of Fort Myers to the highest level. Then you have to go with, I got Javon Kirsch. I got Edger Jane, Jamie German, but that's one of those situations where you don't know where to put those guys because, as a high school phenom, we have to say Jamie German probably brought the best, 5 here because he was the number 1 recruit in the nation, at the time. And, Fort Myers hasn't had that. And that was, the excitement. Dion hadn't came through already. And, here comes Jamie. Mike, you're from down there. You coach down there in the history of Collier County. If you had, to say top 100 from the time you've been here, who would you make sure that was on that list that you've seen in Southwest Florida?
Oh, that I've seen since I've been here. The best would probably be, I would say J.C. Jackson.
Yes, gotta go.
Mackenzie Alexander.
Yes.
I would say Deidre Sanat. Mm-hmm. I would say Tashambi Johnson. I would also say there's a kid that was over at Layton. They called him Tupac. I can't remember his
He
real
was
name.
he was
Ishmi.
Right, man. Hey, he was a bad boy, man. He could tote that rock over there, man. I also, when I first got down here, there was a kid by the name of Manny Morgan. You know, he was wasn't a very big running back, man, but man, he could get them yards, man. Those would be right off the top of my head.
Okay.
But man, it's so many, man. Like to be honest, I've seen so many kids down here that didn't make it that were just truly talented, man.
Yeah.
And
I you know what I'm saying, Triple B, you feel me? You during the COVID pandemic, you were posting, you know what I'm saying, some of your top players, you know what I'm saying, some of your favorite players. Go ahead and talk about them.
Of course, you got the Fort Myers biasness. I can already see people already bumping their gums about Fort Myers, blah, 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 or we already know y'all bumping y'all love to bump y'all gums about anything y'all do anyways. But there's a lot of people that haven't probably, that you got to think about. The best player I ever seen was in person was Edrin James.
Right.
He played in high school, so he was a monster. You got Herschel Troutman, you got Clifton Robinson,
yes,
you got Miller, you got Anthony Herrera, you got Carlos Hyde. There's Lorenzo Johnson from Estero.
They would never know.
You got Travis Taylor. I'm just saying the people that I played around.
Right.
Andre McGill, I don't think he can be left out.
He can't. He was one of the best Southwest Florida, like per D technician quarterbacks here. Right.
You got Ronnie DeLuseman. He played at Clemson. You can dig deep. You got Clint Marks. He played at Middle Tennessee State, but he kind of started like the passing attack down here.
With a steroid.
Man, Noel Devine.
You already know they got. You already know they got Fro on them. Because he was one of those guys, as you know what I'm saying, that you had to put in the category as Jamie. He brought attention like when he brought people here, you know what I'm saying, he brought the country, you know what I'm saying, and everybody wanted to see what he wanted to do. And that was the same thing with Jamie. And Edrin James, like I seen some amazing stuff with Ed my freshman year. He had on a cast and still ran for 300 yards.
Oh yeah.
And it was
what was amazing about it was literally like when you seen Edrin play, he was literally a man amongst boys.
He had the meanest stiff arm I ever seen. And then when you say man amongst boys, you gotta go with Ernest Graham, because I'm telling you, Ernest been that same size since 7th grade. Bro. He been that same in the NFL.
Another one that you got to put in there is Ronald Joseph.
Oh yeah, he was a bad boy. He was a bad boy in Pop Warner as well. Like we knew about him. He played with the Naples Gators. He was a bad boy.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, he did a lot in high school too.
Right. We got
Orville. Dub. I know he found it. He loved that.
Yeah, Fro definitely. So shout out to my dog. Congrats on the win. Roy Ski. Roy say, you know what I'm saying, Fro was the first one to break in the internet. Really. That was the internet, like the era of that. And he let it loose. He soldier boy that thing for us down here. And we appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, man, any attention that is brought to Southwest Florida by any athlete that we produce. Shout out to all them boys that just signed, man. That's huge, very huge. Jake Chaney, Joel Washington.
Was the Cooper kid?
Mark Cooper, signing early, and all the other guys, no disrespect if we didn't call your name, but listen, man, you guys are doing an awesome job out there, man. Keep it up. Make sure you go up there and you put your foot in, you know what I'm saying, in their stadium, and you let them know where you come from, and you stay there, you represent, because we do it all across the country. You got to think about it. We got them at Illinois doing it. We got them at, you know what I'm saying, Utah now. We had them at LSU. Got them at Texas A&M. We got them at Maryland. We got them everywhere, man. So we got to go and do that. And then most of them are opinion, personally. You know, all of them are always opinions, man. You know,
right.
Different times, different eras. It's just like LeBron, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jordan and Kobe. That's always going to be opinion because, you know, Ryan, you older than, you know what I'm saying, me. So, you know what I'm saying, you're going to know some guys that I never seen play. You feel me? And
most of them are personal likes.
Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about the talk show, man. You know, you get in, you know what I'm saying, let's talk about it. So, you know, if you in right now, please do us a favor, like, share, you know what I'm saying, continue to comment, man. This is talk about it. It's Q&A. Let's get to it. Me and Coach Mike and Triple B, you know, was having a conversation behind the scenes. It was just like, let's do it. Of program building. Coach Mike, I'm going to let you tackle that, you know what I'm saying, you know, when you first jumped off, you know, with this idea about, you know, having this conversation about the show, you know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and, you know, talk about program building out of Coach Mike's standpoint, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. So, you know, the way it jumped off was, you know, we always hear the phrase "trust the process." You know, you always hear "trust the process, trust the process, trust the process." And I think where we kind of get it wrong, or a lot of people get it wrong, is that in order to trust the process, before you can trust it, you have to create a process. You know, so whenever I go into a program, the first thing I'm looking for is what's the process, what's the culture, is there a system in place, you know? And a lot of places don't have culture, they don't have a system, and they definitely don't have a process. So the other day I was able to give a speech to an organization, and that was the first thing I told them. I asked them, so what is your culture? You know, one, what is it? Number two, do you want a culture? You know, some programs don't want a culture. I always say, winning is intentional, but also losing is intentional also, you know. But in order to create a process, the first thing you got to do is you got to know what the end goal is. What is the end goal? You know, if I come into a place and I just start working, like eventually we're going to flame out. Like I got to know what the end goal is. And what I always do, the way I teach people is, or programs is, you know, when we come in, let's set the end goal. What do we want to be at in 5 years? What do we want to be at in 3 years? And then we start working backwards from that point right there, you know. And then any decisions that we make during this time frame, if it's related to the end goal, then we good. If it's not related to the end goal, then we get away from it. You know, because all that's going to be is a distraction. It's going to take us off the path. It's going to change our trajectory to where we're trying to go. You know, so, you know, that's what I think the first thing you have to do is when you coming in and you want to build a program, what is the end goal? That's how you create the process. And in doing that, you know, you're going to be able to set your systems up. So your systems, because eventually what'll happen, let's take Fort Myers High. Let's take a Naples High School. They have systems that are in place that right now you can plug anybody in and head coach. Those systems are going to keep running by themselves. Google or Apple, you know, Verizon. Like there are systems that set in place. Those systems are going to run by themselves. Whenever the first thing we want to do when we go in and we want to build a program or you starting a company or anything like that, what is the end goal? Work your way backwards, create your process.
Okay, Coach, that's what's up. So Triple B, you've been inside of a program, you know, one of the best programs, and you actually were there as soon as it started, you know, when Coach Kramer first got off in there and kicked this program off. And we have to say that he's one of the guys, you know what I'm saying, that came down here and changed the culture of football, because Layton at the time, you know, wasn't a powerhouse, you know, and then him coming in and then being able to win championships, you know, that spoke volumes. So you were coached up under the guy. I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Mike, I think one of the key words that he said was program. Words do matter. When you think about team is just one aspect of it. When you have a program, that means you have pretty much everything on all cylinders. You have all cylinders functioning. When you talk about Alabama, it's a program. It's not one player. It's not one coach. It's not one aspect of the game. It's the whole thing. And I think that was that was really important when Coach Kramer first came into Naples, that he kind of fixed a lot of nuanced stuff within the team, because some people were like, hey, you got a football team. Go ahead and fix this football team. All right, we're gonna get a quarterback. We're gonna get a running back. We're gonna run these plays or whatever. But a lot of times that has very.
We got technical difficulties, but so right now we got a couple guys, shooting out on. Alvin Ashley, definitely. Listen, living legend right there. And a lot of people don't know about Alvin Ashley. And when I tell you that guy lit the Arena League up, I'm talking about toe it up. You feel me? And, he was one of my mentors. And, he was just too small, but a beast at it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the good thing about it. But back on program building, like me having an opportunity. You there, Johnson?
Yeah.
You take
but the thing about it is, think about it. It's everything.
So you just gonna jump right in after your technical difficulty? You ain't gonna apologize or nothing?
Oh, I'm sorry about the technical difficulty.
You are rude.
I didn't know how much you guys heard about that, but think about it. How many teams that even in a Lee County team could have been like on paper like one of the greatest teams, but because they didn't have the great program where guys were going up, we're not being eligible. Guys were dropping out of school. I'm just saying it's like the whole thing. It's like unless you get a wrap on every single aspect of it, and a lot of times it's the little small, like the things that have nothing to do about getting on the field. It has nothing to do about that. It's like getting on the field. Like I said, that you win the championships in the off season. In the off season, that's when you're doing the 7-on-7. You're getting guys eligible. You're getting them, motivated to go to college because they're taking a SAT preparatory class. And you imagine what that does as a player for your morale, knowing that what. I have a chance to make it to the next level now, because I took these precautions. Like all those nuanced details are very critical in the program, and I think a lot of people don't talk about those type of things and look at the word program as a whole picture, not just the plays that you're running, because those a lot of times those are very little. Because if you run a 4.4 and you're 6'5" and you're 300 pounds. You're going to have success. But if you can't get on that field, you don't have more like team morale. It doesn't matter.
Gotcha. So that's so a lot of people when we talk about program trust in the process, and Johnson hit it on the head that it's not just X's and O's. It stems from parents being on the same pages and understanding what the coach is trying to accomplish, but on the same token, coaches have to have a very good communication system with parents. And I'm gonna tell you something. I am a stickler for that one, and I can tell you I graded bad on that one this year of communicating with the parents, and it caused the effect. And next year, that's one of the things I look back on the COVID. I call it the COVID season. And I say to myself, okay, listen, we wasn't successful as we were the year before. Why was that? And one of the main things that stuck out was, the communication barrier from my standpoint to, the parents, the administration, the kids, the players, all that stuff comes into play because as a leader, people are looking for you to lead, but that leader also needs people around him that understands and trusts the reason why he's there, and that helps a lot. So, going to a program like, and Coach Mike, you had a program where you have to change. The culture has to change, or it's always going to be a losing tradition. So right. You got a whole bunch of freshmen that are, looking at the world today, seeing, guys transfer, guys, moving ship, and some of the opportunities and some of the situations are better. Some of the situations, are, one of the situations where kids got to get out. But a lot of times, these kids are just not in it for the hard work. And they came from this platform of coaches, parents, administration, preparing them for, this. When those kids transfer, that is not on the kid. That's on the parents. That's on the coaches. That's on the, administration. That's on us, because somewhere down the line, we failed that kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because not sports, football, not just football, everything, life is adversity, period. You feel me? And you're going to go places where people don't like you. Trust me, I'm I walk in the door, a lot of times and people don't like me, but I have to understand it's a bigger picture. You feel me? And I can't stop grinding just because, I got a couple people that, feel like our opinions don't match. It's always going to be that. That's the beautiful thing about growing and, being able to do beautiful things, man. Everybody that's tuned in, man, do us a huge favor right now. We getting it in Q&A. Let's talk about it. Program building. Right now we got Pop Warner going unlimited. It's a lot of stuff that's just going ham right now in, this day and age. And, let's talk about it. If you got a comment and you want to talk about it, let's get to it. But make sure y'all like, follow, share this, and understand that next week, January 19th, first day, we are 239 practice. All coaches, all volunteers, anybody that want to see the talent. The city will be in full effect at Buckingham Park. Make sure y'all come up. Pull up, man. Listen, where you could be a spectator, come hang out on the gate. These children need great role models. These children need support. These children need cheerleaders. Next year, sorry, I want to apologize to the cheerleaders. We're trying to get, if anybody's a cheer coordinator out there and want to do dance or whatever for this all-star game, get with us. We can try to make it happen. We do miracles at Big Dreams, so we don't want to leave the ladies out. I promise you we don't. We have been, and we don't want to leave the ladies out because they are a vital piece to, our success today. So with that being said, Triple B, you look like you are itching to talk about this.
I wanted to comment on the trust the process part.
Go ahead.
The model that I always use is, when I think about that, is I think about Alabama. Bama, and one example is Mac Jones. Right. Trusting the process. You get rewarded. He could have easily, because he was behind Jalen Hurts and Tagovailoa. He could have jumped ship just like all these other quarterbacks that were in Alabama. He could have just jumped ship on them. But he trusted the process, and look what happened. He got rewarded. He got rewarded. Kyler Murray, well, he jumped ship on the Texas A&M, but he could have probably jumped ship again if with behind or not go behind Baker Mayfield and trusting the process. He could have went somewhere else, but he trusted the process, and guess what? He got rewarded. You have to trust the process, and if you don't trust the process, a lot of times you're going to end up in a situation where, because the grass is greener on the other side. It's always greener on the other side, and the path to least resistance is not always the path that people want to take. So I just want to say that.
Hey, so let me ask you this right here. What you just talked about, kids jumping ship. And same thing with you too, Drew. When they get to college, they're jumping ship, right? Now, here in Southwest Florida, you see that a lot, especially in Lee County. Kids are continually jumping ship, Other places around the state and around America, kids kids are not jumping ship as much, especially in the rural areas. Well, I'm from South Georgia. You know, if you play at Bainbridge High School, the closest high school is about 20, 25 minutes away. You know, so the likelihood that your parent gonna get up, you know, 2 hours early to drive you to another high school and then come back and go to work is slim to none. You know, so my thing is with kids, if you're in high school, like you're gonna sit behind somebody. Like that's just a given. You know, I've only seen 2-3 freshmen that come in and make a big time impact, you know, since I've been coaching, you know, and all 3 of those guys are in the NFL. You know, most time as a freshman, you're gonna come and you're gonna sit the bench. Like you gotta get used to just the speed of the game, you know, going through freshman football and understanding that, you know. So why is it that when kids get to college, if they're not starting as a freshman, they want to transfer and go somewhere else? When in high school, most of the time, 99% of the time, they played on the freshman team.
Hey, let me play devil's advocate. You know why? Twitter, Huddle, Instagram. Hey, I want to talk that rock. You know what? I want to talk that rock. You know, I want to be the man. You know, I want everybody, you know, following me, tweeting me, and everything like that. Listen, if you are talented as a football player, they will find you. You will be on the field. If you deserve to be on the field, you're going to be on the field. That's the thing that you have to worry about. If you are supposed to be there, you're going to be there. That's the thing, is a lot of people that are running know that they ain't got the juice. Because like you're both football coaches. How many players have you ever had that had the juice that you're like, you know what? Because I don't like you, I'm gonna sit you.
Oh, slim to none.
Yeah. Have you ever remember you had a player that was good enough to start and play, and you were like, man, you know what? I'm not gonna play you.
See, but this is the thing too, though. You know, this I'm glad you made that comment because hold on real quick. Haven't heard too many folks mentioning Cambridge, Georgia. My people are from. Hey, Ronnie.
Shout out to you, Ronnie.
Ronnie, when we let's talk about it, ain't no telling. Hey, Roy, I reached out to her, man. I tried to get her to do it, and she was a little busy at the time. Maybe we can reconnect that. If you got that plug for me, man, shoot it to her. You know, I got a message, but let's try to get up. You know what I'm saying, to help us out. But back to the situation. You would have parents that think, you know what I'm saying, you don't put the best players on the field because they are looking through that lens that we call that parent goggles. You feel what I'm saying? And they feel like, okay, coach is out here trying to lose the game because my son is not in. That is like the hardest thing for the truth because I'm sorry, you know, I love all my parents. I love all my kids. I love everybody. But I got a job to do, and people don't like losing. I promise you that because the tail end of my season showed it all. People don't like losing. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand if Juke and Billy Ray ain't out there, it's a reason. You feel me? It ain't nothing against them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, don't always be so defensive to wonder why, you know what I'm saying, your child is not getting the ball or, you know what I'm saying, or why he's on the sideline. Sometimes it's a game plan. You feel me? And your kid is that person to be set up to, you know what I'm saying, finish the game off. And it's like all you think about is right now because you want to post pictures and do all this and videos on the sideline with your phone. You know what I'm saying? So you send it. Like, come on, people. This game, our game is getting, you know what I'm saying, it's getting out of hand, really. You know what I'm saying? With the narcissists of people, you know what I'm saying, wanting to make sure, you know, their child is, you know what I'm saying, number one. We get it. You know what I'm saying? All of them are number one in someone's heart. But this is a team sport. There's no one person over the team, period. And that goes for the coaches. That goes for the administration because it doesn't say as the coach name when you mention a program name. It It doesn't say the principal of the school when you mention the program name. It says the program name. Nobody is above the program, and that program has a culture, and that culture is dependent on, you know what I'm saying, the people that are within it. You feel me? And you have to be able to, you know what I'm saying, like, don't be so, you know what I'm saying, so quick to judge and sometimes get to know people, because a lot of times they're going through stuff that you don't know. Coaches, players, administration, you know what I'm saying, referees, you know what I'm saying, the gate people, the cheerleading coaches. All right now we got Nicole Davis saying, hey, listen, Nicole, we need you. We are 239. It's going down. I don't know if you can pull it off, but we known to pull off more, you know what I'm saying, amazing things, but we need you. We're trying to get them cheerleaders in the building. Let's figure this out. Let's figure it out how we can get them girls there to cheerlead, get them to the We Are 239 game, because we need to make sure this thing go down. We will be at the I know you parted ways from your situation. You know, I'm sorry to hear that, but we will be there on Tuesday, and so at 6 p.m. But if not, you got my number. I'm gonna be able, after the show, I'm going to play flag football, the Nationals 35 and up. We got to go get this ship. Shout out to Kings of Florida. You know what I'm saying? Big dreams. We got to come back. We was 1 and 2 yesterday. Hot guys. But we got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We ain't have our players, but we back. And then we got to parents also have to be honest with little Juju. But that's the world we live in. You know what I'm saying, Roy? And that's the thing, because you got to understand, the sooner we are realer, and don't, and you got some of them parents that, some of y'all parents are out of control hard on these kids. Right. Now, some of y'all need to sit back and, she say, good luck, Drew. I guess she going to take a break. All right, thank you. But if you got somebody that can help me out, please let me know. You feel me? I know you got.
You notice one thing that, like little Junk them, it's never a lineman's parents. It's really always like those positions that you want to be seen.
You lying. I can tell you ain't been around the sport. Them are the worst people.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
Maybe next, like, listen, my son, 370 pounds. He need to play fullback, running back. No, he don't.
Quarterback.
No, he need to go ahead and get this. Do you know who are the highest paid? Okay, let's break this down for parents. You know what I'm saying? So everybody understand this. The highest paid core in the NFL as a group are the offensive linemen. So please stop trying to make your son be Juke and Odell Beckham and all them, because they not making the bag. Like, if we really want to talk business talk, you know what I'm saying, we can figure it out. Short of a notice, when we pull it off, we got to do it correctly next year. We definitely link up. All right, yeah, Nicole, we'll do it next year, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And I know when I stepped to you, you had a lot going on with the Wildcats, with cheer program. So yeah, definitely next year we'll get it out there. But
so a lot of the parents want Junk to be 300 pounds. Is that what you said?
No. We
300 pounds. But you know what? But also think about this here, though, man.
So here you go. You got an offensive lineman coach say, if Juju don't get his behind in them trenches at 370, because that's what it is. You feel me? We got to get his bag, baby. You bring, listen, Juju at 370, bringing everybody in the country here to come see him. I'm telling you now, y'all better get with the program, man.
Oh, but now hold on, but now this the other thing now. If we're in Pop Warner, this how it used to be. They had a weight limit.
Now that's a good one. That's a
They
great
had a weight limit. So
yeah, they no. This year they just went. That's the big thing. They just went to unlimited weight limit now. Part one, unlimited weight. So now,
cause see that's what I thought. From the first time I got down here, you don't have middle school ball. So the big boys get left out. So the first time a lot of them are really playing football is their freshman year in high school.
Yes.
So I was always against that, man. Like, you got a kid, he 300 pounds, and the first time he get a chance to play football is his 9th grade year.
and you already know you're a marshmallow, and they tan his behind her every chance they get. You feel me? Because it's killing. Hey, Troy say he got that 300-pound kid. I know you do. Trust me, I've been looking for you. You know what I'm saying? And if he's looking for a home, listen, right now I hate to do it, but I got to do a little marketing. If he's looking for a home, we're definitely looking for 300-pound kids. I promise you we are. I'm sure you are.
You know we're looking for him.
He's a very, very, very,
200,
very highly recruited kid right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in, but make sure, if you want to DM me or whatever, get my contact out of there. We good. Triple B, man, you've been on the line. So you get it. So talk about this lineman deal, man, because we got to get more linemen involved here in Southwest Florida here, because every time we go about it.
Well, you know what? There's the thing about it, there's really no glory in it. The only time that you really get glory,
that's a great thing.
Is in a film room where when you're pancaking somebody, or you're washing somebody, or you're putting pressure on the quarterback. It's a position that doesn't have a lot of fanfare. It's a position that doesn't have a lot of glory. So it's not an attract. It's not the pretty girl. You're never the pretty girl as a lineman. Unless you're who one of those left tackles that make, all the money or whatever, or, when you're the center, you're the guard, you're not the pretty girl, when you're playing on the defensive line, unless you're Warren Sapp, you're not really the pretty girl. Like, it's one of those positions where there's not a lot of glory, there's not a lot of fanfare. The only time that you really get acknowledged is in the film room. So, but it's an important component to the game in general. A lot of teams win because of their line, their defensive line and their offensive line.
All
because
teams.
if you don't win, you're pretty much right about that. All teams.
Hey, what's that little app with that little Dexter? All teams.
All teams.
All teams. The emoji. Hey, shout out to Cole there. She say he don't have time to develop because he can learn the fundamentals. Listen, it is rough, man. People don't get it, man. Thank you for that comment. We don't get it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. We need I'm gonna be the first one to do this. The We Are 239 game. Only people that's getting drafted on Sunday is linemen. That's all we drafting, the linemen. Y'all could be mad at us. I don't care. You feel me? But the big boys need love, man. We getting all the big boys. Shout out to the big boys, man. I love the big boys.
Big boy season too.
God, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I love the big boys. They always, I've been an older brother, so I never had big brothers. So every time I was around, like my brother Eric Arnold, for instance, he's my big brother. Like, I'm a little smaller than him. I can go. I'm a loudmouth. I talk a little trash. So, I'm saying, I need my security guard. So, I was always that trash talker. So I always had to be with my security guard. Shout out to Big Rodale. You know what I'm saying? Delaney. That was my GMC. Ronald Pugh. You feel me? Them my big brothers. So when I walk up in the place, I can dance how I want to. I can, what I'm saying? Hook slide, get crunked. And you know how you got in GA. I was the rag dog. When they went to playing that Pastor Troy, I was the rag dog that they threw. They were throwing. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no more playing GA. So we was
no more play, baby.
Yeah. Right now, when we were playing, Coach Steele, one of the best to do it, Mike Steele, shout out to Mike Steele over there, South. He brought the lineman to his house and probably still does this. And I'm talking about steak dinners every Thursday night. No people, like those skill guys, I babysitted his kids and he wouldn't let me come get a steak because it was all about the big guys. And, and that's what we got to start doing, showing them their appreciation. And, what I'm saying, it'll make things, what I'm saying, more smoother and make them want to be linemen, make them want to protect, make them want to do the, what I'm saying, the dirty stuff because we need them. And we got a question right here. A comment. One of the best parents coaching I know is Robert Brown, a.k.a. Marcus Garvey. His son will block and be glad to pancake somebody. Listen, them the kids we need, man.
Right. I call him maple syrup, baby. He like that maple syrup. That maple syrup on him.
Hey, listen, as long as you ain't put that maple syrup on them possum, we good, man. You know,
you know what? I tell you what, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing a better feeling though when you're watching the film and you're pancaking somebody and watch it on film. Like as a lineman, it's a great feeling because it looks like you just own that person. But it's even more embarrassing when you're the person that's getting pancaked. Oh my goodness! If you watch a lot of film with the lineman that's owning the defensive lineman, it's pretty pronounced, and you guys can probably attest to that.
Yeah, and the kid that we were talking about, that maple syrup, you know, he's a running back, and actually one of the best running backs here in his age group in Southwest Florida, probably in, you know what I'm saying, in the country. If I would sit up here, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, because I go to war with him, you know what I'm saying, and shout out to, you know, little Cheetah, Cheat, doing his thing, you know, but that's the best thing about, you know, understanding, you know, parents having that relationships with, you know, the coaches and administration, you know, going back to Trust Process program, you always, you know, like when you will be able to have that relationship. So now real talk can happen. You know, if this position is not working out, then we got to make sure we have that real talk. A lot of people got to understand, I would rather you give it to me real than lie to me. You feel me? Sometimes we as, you know, individuals to sit up here and we want the best for the kids. Sometimes the kid don't want it. And we got to ask them, do they want it? And let's take that reality check and let's step back and say, hey, listen, what do you want to do?
Well, you know, listen, my first year as a defensive coordinator, I had a parent. She came and she wanted to talk to me and the head coach, and she was like, "Why is my son not starting?" You know, and I was like, "Who is your son?" You know, so she told me who he was, and she was like, "We've spent money on camps, and we've gotten him all these nice shoes and all these nice clothes," and I was like, I had to tell her, like, your son don't come to practice. Like, he chooses to go be in the band, and then he goes to another after-school program. So when I see your son, it's on Thursday. I hadn't seen your son all week.
Hey, but he got that ghetto.
Right, you know, but he fly now. He fly. When he
real quick, was he taking it from the same time?
Oh, you already know it, man. I'm talking about, you know, walking through the school, man, he with all the football players and everything. You know, if she would not have came up and said that to us, specifically to me, you know, I would not have known who her son was. That's all I said. Yeah, he does all this other stuff she didn't even know. You know, and so then when she, you know, we have a conversation with him, he's like, I really don't like football like that. You know, I like to play, you know, but I don't, you know.
He just want the jersey, baby.
Right, that's it. He just want the jersey. And look, I love those kids. You know, I love those kids. Those are program kids.
Yeah, because they gonna tell you right now, listen, hey, okay.
Hey, so he finessing the mom out of clothes and gear and stuff like that, and act like you want to play football.
Hey,
so you already know.
Ryan say, but his swag 100. Right beside the coach. Listen, he gonna make sure when he on the side of you, that picture that y'all take that get put in the newspaper, he clean and he ready for it.
Clean.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, put me in, coach. No, you ain't been to practice all week, but you stay right here now.
Right. You know what I call them? You know what I call them, man? ERWs.
What?
ERW. They gonna eat with the players. They gonna ride the bus. They gonna watch everybody else play the game. ERWs, man. You gotta have ERWs to have a great program, man. You gotta have them, man.
Listen,
they gonna give you a great look. You know, I'm telling you, I love program kids. You know, it's just the parents. A lot of times they don't see their kid as a program kid. You know.
And a lot of people just got some kids that they're just for, you know what I'm saying, the camaraderie and, you know what I'm saying, and just being around it. because I was in college, man, and I had a couple guys, that were just practice dummies and like literally paid the coach, come to app, come out here and just get licked. And I was just like, bruh, are we like, you ain't got nothing else to do right now, bro? You in college. Like we got, we got nice women walk around the campus and y'all over here with us, you feel me, paying for school, doing a lot of stuff. And we like, so it was one of the deals.
There were that little, that little flower for decoration on the plate that you never eat is just there just to make the plate look good.
Garnish. The garnish of those players. Stop it, man. Listen, we not
right. Because think about this now. Those players, they're gonna come back and give more back to that program than that. They're going to come back and they're going to give, like they're going to come volunteer. They're going to come do whatever to do to help the program. Like those are program, like if you think about, let's think about where you was at, Triple Black, Naples. A lot of those kids, a lot of those coaches used to play for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he all he did, hey, you put in the work, you went and got your degree. Now I'm going to give you a job.
Yeah. So listen,
You know what's funny? The head coach there, I remember he was a freshman. He's a head coach now. I remember that kid. That kid used to work hard. I mean, like he would be one of those kids that would be there even as a freshman, like the first in, first out, always like, the guy that's, giving his all.
Listen, hey, Triple B, I want to let them listen. I promise you. Shout out to Coach Jason Nichols. Because Jason Nichols at Appalachian State and Robert Nunn at GMC taught me some very, very valuable lessons. They said if that kid that's coming here that we ain't bring here outwork you, you finna get ready to go home. And at the point of time, my mama had to drop me off at GMC. She said she wasn't coming to get me. So I was probably go. It was going to be a rough way because, Millersville don't got a bus station. They were going to take me to Macon. I quit the team. The coaches ain't going to take me to Macon. I don't know how I was going to get to Macon. I had $13 in my pocket, so I had to wear it. You see what I'm saying? Then when I got the app, Coach Jason Nichols said, listen, bro, we brought you in here to catch balls. If these kids outwork you, it's time for you to go back to Florida. So, them kids come out there with this. I'll be right beside them. Not today.
He was going to put you on the Greyhound. It was the Greyhound back then. Delta.
Listen, I knew, what I'm saying, that it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to play football. I couldn't do that back home. You feel me? Because I wasn't ready for semi-pro yet. I wasn't. Still ain't ready. Shout out to Chris Moran and all them boys that's doing it. Coach that we had on, Kendall, we had on last week, man. Shout out to them. Y'all boys big up. I can't do it. No, I'm being honest with you.
Man, I can't. You know what, Andrew, though? I think me and you probably on the football team we probably wouldn't get along. Because I was a lineman
all the time because you was one of them dudes that were always gonna make us run extra stuff because you were gonna be late to practice. You were gonna sit up here and make sure that when you got coach get across the line, you were gonna be that guy that made sure he stopped 1 yard before the line just so everybody else could run. So we would have put you in the locker. We would have put you in the locker. We would have put your big behind right in the locker. I promise you, because you was not. Coach Hampton was crazy, G. We couldn't deal with that. Like, bro, you sitting up and you're going to want to stop an inch before the line, and you're going to make all 27 of us run. Oh, Johnson, you would have been in for it after practice. I promise you that, G.
Yeah, I think Andrew was like, when the coach was like, hey, does everybody want to run another gasser?
No, I ain't volunteer. Don't get it twisted now. Don't ever get it twisted. I ain't never volunteered, but I ain't never back down from nothing now. That's the thing, Coach. Listen, I wasn't them type of guy that was one more. No, I wasn't saying that. I'll be next to that super saying that one gonna never get no plays that say let's get one more. And then I'm gonna cheer him on because I ain't gonna quit. In the back of my mind, I'm a little pissed off, but we gonna work it. Can't let him know though.
Hey man, you gotta fake it till you make it, man.
Oh my God.
Get it in. Hey man,
you guys ever remember, playing football where you swear you were like almost toward the end of practice, and then you're just sitting there and you're like, man, there's no way I'm going to make it through these gassers. There's no way.
You're the only person think about that.
I used to even ready for the gas.
Oh my God.
When the gases come, I know we about done, man.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in, man. Listen, I got to go get on this gridiron, man. Make sure you like, subscribe to the show. You know what I'm saying? We are 239 game coming up. First day of practice, January 19th, 6 p.m., 5:45. Have them babies out there, man. If you haven't received the email, you know, and you think your kid has the capability, you probably ain't fill out the paperwork right, but send us a message, DM us. I'm not going to get back to you no time soon today because I'm going to be enjoying myself playing flag football. Tomorrow, tune in at 8 p.m. We're going to do the live draft. You feel me? Triple B, Coach Mike, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's talk about it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow us, man. This is, you know, Q&A for us, man. We need it.
Shout out to Rock Training. Hey, shout out to the legend, Pastor Troy, man. We need you in the building.
Hey, you don't know, hey, ain't no more playing GA. Call him up on the phone. Master P. Triple B, out, baby.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Peace.